After you, Tanner.
Well, welcome, boys and girls, to another live edition of Radio Tekkers Live Reactions. It's Liverpool versus Spurs. All the good times, all the great memories. Let's get the show on the road. Lots to play for here today. I'm excited. Matt's excited. Let's go. Alrighty, Radio Tekkers live. It is Liverpool versus Spurs, as we previously noted. I'm Tanner, aka the Text Gentleman. Along with me here, the magnificent one himself, the one, the only Matt Willis. Matt, how's it going?
It's a muggy day here on the east coast of England, and even though it's like 7:30 at night, which is probably the latest we've ever done a live watch along on a Saturday. Anyway,
it's pretty late.
Radio Tekkers. The lots has happened today already, which we'll get to in a moment, of course. Some upsets, some shocks, some comebacks, and of course, teams have said bye-bye to Premier League this season.
Yes.
And it's all heating up, sir.
It is indeed heating up. It is actually a scorching hot day, very muggy here in Texas as well. But it's fitting for the sizzling encounter that we are about to have between Liverpool and Tottenham Hotspur. Matt, the quest for the quad is on. The quest for the quad is on. We will try to remain as unbiased as humanly possible, but yeah, it's going to be very difficult for us to stay that way for very long.
Tanner, Liverpool have already made history this season, okay, in a sense of this Liverpool score that's we've got here are literally the second time ever in football history. In the UK, maybe elsewhere it's different, but every single possible game that the team could play this season, they'll be playing in.
Yeah. Yeah.
The only other time that's happened, Tanner, was in 2001 season when Liverpool did it that time again. Liverpool are the only club in England, I can guarantee that one, I'm not so sure about the rest of the world, but England certainly, that have played in every single possible game. That's impressive.
Yeah.
The squad depth we did not have last season. And yeah, it's mental. It's absolutely mental.
It is absolutely mental, and the chat is already popping off, folks. Connor McCabe joined us as always. Hello,
Good
Connor.
Day
Hope you're doing well. Graham from Good Cop Bad Cop is in the chat. Your tag team partner over at Good Cop Bad Cop, Matt. He says Manchester United.
You haven't got to do every single ha. You get the point of that time.
I was really trying.
It certainly was a shocking. It was a shocking turn of events at the Amex, for sure. Unquestionably, the worst performance of the season from Manchester United. And that now means, with 4 games to go still, well, maybe three for them, I'm not sure. Man United got one game left now.
Yeah.
Man United got 37. Everyone else has still got loads of games to play. Man United now have conceded more goals in this season than any other Premier League season.
That's pretty disastrous, if you'll ask me.
This has been the worst season Man United have ever had in the Premier League. They've gone through they're on the second manager who isn't sticking around in the season. They've got another man coming in. Apparently, Man United fans are chanting, "We want Ten Hag," and the Brighton fans were chanting, "We want 10."
Yeah, it's
which was more likely at that point. I'm not quite sure. Maybe Ten Hag saying like, "What have I got to do here?" I mean, we've covered some of Man United's biggest demolitions on this channel this season, and it's been a breath of fresh air. I will also say though, to everyone who's watching it at home and obviously on the move, On behalf of myself, Tanner, and Mags, and the entire Tekkers team,
Mm-hmm.
thank you to everyone for pushing us not just to 100 subscribers. So now we've got our wonderful URL, which we're getting it in place relatively quickly. But also, it's kept going. It's kept going. It's about 110 now, I think. So keep going, guys, and thank you for sharing, subscribing. You have got us past that. Last week we've shot up by about 20%, which has been fantastic, massive and great. Graham helped me out here. Yeah, that's right. We're 90 to about 110, about 20%. I'm not sure. We're very excited with the future plan for Tekkers. We've got so much amazing stuff to come today. We're going to keep going with today, of course. Graham has got the jokes coming already. Liverpool obviously won today. I didn't even realise San Antonio played soccer. Of course, the San Antonio Spurs, of course.
Yeah. I read the comment. Not sure I understood the joke. But hey, Graham,
that's what I'm here for.
Props for effort, man. But yeah, like Matt said, I couldn't have said it any better, honestly. Thank you guys so much for getting us over the 100 marker. There's so much more to come, so much more that we want to do for you guys here on the Radio Tekkers channel. So keep on keeping on, keep on joining us, and just have your say in the chat. Like, share, subscribe, have your say in the chat. Let us know what you think about the games, the show. What we're here is to provide a alternative view and to have fun with you guys. That's really all it's about.
And for alternative views, Graham's asking a serious question.
Ooh.
An up-and-coming player rather go to Man United with a history but on the way down, or Newcastle on the way up but no history? Well, they've got a history, Graham, but they just haven't got any recent history, which is the problem. But at the same time, they've got an amazing fan base, an amazing stadium, and it seems like they've got an amazing team spirit now as well, to be fair. Again, need against Man City tomorrow as well.
Mm-hmm. It's it's a very interesting proposition here. You'd almost say Newcastle, because not only could you make a lot more money, but the chances are that there's a very serious project there. And United's track record post-Ferguson definitely shows that they have not been so serious when it comes to actually going and achieving things on the pitch. They seem more interested in achieving things in the New York Stock Exchange.
This is very true, and all about taking money at the club and putting it into the club apparently as well. But we could talk about it till the cows come home. More news in the press today that Pogba may be heading to City in the summer as well. He's a free transfer, so it's not a transfer fee, so it's a relatively low cost solution to a squad depth problem.
Yeah, him being a free transfer really makes
he's a mercenary. He's a mercenary. He wouldn't care. He wouldn't give two flying, what?
I get that, but it does make me think that he might test his waters maybe at PSG, possibly even Bayern Munich. Bayern Munich are certainly a club side often known for picking up. I was gonna say strays. That's the wrong word. Free agents, free agents that are available.
True.
For transfer. But yeah, good stuff. Let's talk about this game, Matt.
Indeed, take it through the lineup, sir.
Yeah. Starting lineups here. We've got Alisson Becker in goal for Liverpool. Trent Alexander-Arnold on the right. Ibrahim Konate at center back alongside Virgil van Dijk. Robertson on the left back position. Thiago, Henderson, and Fabinho make up the midfield with Diaz, Mane, and Salah in attack. For Tottenham, you've got Loris Karius in goal. Romero, Dyer, and Davies make up the back line with Emerson Royal and Sessegnon on the flanks. Højbjerg and Bentancur in the midfield. And then up alongside them, I believe it's Kulusevski.
Yes.
Is Kulusevski?
Virginia Zidane, yes.
Yeah, sure. Kulusevski, Son, and Kane. So three very attack-minded forward lines with that are all about just penetrating defenses, but in very different styles here. So it'll be very intriguing to see how each team goes about this game. Of course, there were very high tensions the last time that these two teams met. You and Mags covered that match. Mags, if you're out there, hi buddy. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, tempers got a little bit heated last time out.
Indeed,
will we see these teams keep their calm this time around?
Well, this is the key. You've got Thiago and you've got Henderson in there, and Fabinho to keep that midfield three is like it's so solid. Getting through that, then you've got Van Dijk and Canate behind them. Canate, by the way, who has the most amazing record. We are 4 games out from the end of the Premier League season. Every single game that Canate has played, he has won. He has got a 100% winning record as a player for Liverpool. That's a good omen for every game this season. Jurgen, play him every game. We need him to. Seriously.
Yeah.
Over on Twitch, we've got Huntress MSW. Hi indeed.
Hi, Huntress.
On Twitch. If you say this on Twitch, welcome. And don't forget to press the follow button over there as well. Graham from Google Backup is asking, were either of you worried when you saw the headline, Becca to face 2.5 years in jail? No, because we call him Allison, not Becca.
Yeah,
but I do get your point, Graham. Yes, Boris Becker, who has been deported from the United Kingdom because of his arrest. True. And Graham is also glad that DS is starting. He's played 25 times already for Liverpool. Tanner.
Yeah,
and he's already got 4. He's got 4 goals, 5 assists already.
You want to talk about a game changer? You want to talk about a game changer? Mid-season transfer into the club. Luis Diaz. You can't get much better than him. Like his highlight reel for Liverpool is already outstanding. What a player! What a player that
I'm being told to shut up. I'm not sure why I'm being told to shut up.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Because of the stat I revealed off, for sure.
I will point to this here too. Some great stats here by Tom Cunningham, who you can find on Twitter _TJKC _. Tom is a betting odds expert. Tom has given Liverpool 69.2% chance to beat Tottenham today.
Graham's saying if you'd asked me to guess how many games he started, I've been further up than I guess between Blackpool and Clacton. That's something to talk about on Good Cop Bad Cop, which is out tomorrow, of course. Just let me know, Tanner, when it's time for kickoff on your end, because I'm obviously ahead of you, so I will probably get to time.
We've got the teams taking the pitch here at Anfield.
Yes.
We're ready for the presentation of the game. Soon here we'll be actually at the midway line for kickoff. Matt, give me a late prediction here before we have to pay some bills.
4-0.
4-0 to Liverpool.
Absolutely. I wouldn't trust Romero and Davis at centre half as far as you could throw me.
That is a brave prediction. Liverpool obviously are going to be playing today with an eye on tomorrow's game between Manchester City and Newcastle. I would imagine that Liverpool will be fired up to take something away from this game, as I think that you are on that same track here. I'm gonna go 3-1 Liverpool. I think Tottenham will pull one back. I think they will find.
Still be good enough for me.
They're good enough, I think. But not good enough, I think, to pick up something here at Anfield. I could be wrong, but we'll see.
Anfield, we have all the scarves, all the flags aloft, as your Noel Clyde is being belted out on a hazy spring evening here at Anfield.
Indeed.
Wonderful sight. All the fans back in, of course. This season has been so much better with all the fans back in. It's wonderful. Tanner, I believe you got something to plug.
Yeah, let's pay some bills here real quick, Matt. We have our partners over at TripSurferVacations.com. If you listen to the podcast form, you'll get a little bit of an advert for Trip Surfer Vacations. We've got the link in the YouTube description below. But yeah, Trip Surfer Vacations specializes in your next beach resort vacation. So I know everybody's planning, vacations and trips right now, especially as the world kind of emerges from some of the craziness that we've had the last few years. If you're ready for that next step in the right direction, visit TripSurferVacations.com. Book your next vacation today.
We're ready for a holiday for sure, aren't we?
Yeah. I think we're all ready for one here. Morty's in the chat checking in. Evening, lads. Evening, Morty. Hope you're doing well.
With a pleasure, never sure.
Yeah.
As Khrushchevsky seems to be pacing, ready to take the kickoff as they take the knee in the UK. We will, of course, remind you that we all stand with the anti-racism message the Premier League has, of course. If you see racism happening at any point at a football match, report it, PremierLeague.com/report racism.
There you go. Absolutely.
Let us know when to kick off, Tanner. We are paused now.
I'm just getting a very close image of Antonio Conte's face at the moment. He looks very, very stoic. Graham in the chat asks, "Are you guys getting discount trip to Paris at the end of the month?" You'll have to ask Jurgen. We've only been given 20,000 tickets to fly to Paris.
So. It's not been a good handout for either side.
Yeah, I feel as though that's very disappointing, and I think UEFA needs to walk back on some of their actions, their wheeling and dealing of tickets for big time matchups like these. We have the knee being taken here at Anfield. It looks like Kulishevsky is over the ball. The players rise to their feet. And we have kickoff for Spurs. Spurs passing the ball all the way back. It looks like it reached Eric Dyer, who hoofs it immediately up, and it goes out of bounds for a quick throw in here. It looks like it's possibly for Tottenham again.
It is going to be a very back and forth game in the midfield. I definitely think that Bentancur is going to have a baptism of fire in this game because he was a big signing for Spurs in January, of course. But has he come up against a strike force like this before? I don't think he has. So he's going to have a big time here, of course. Just so if you're watching along with us in the United Kingdom, it's on BT Sport 1. If you're watching along with us in America, Tanner?
Yes, it's on a USA Network, actually.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, so you can watch that like you watch Monday Night Raw. As we have Robertson and Diaz.
Diaz, oh my gosh. He's playing Spurs like a fiddle right now, dribbling around him, but he was finally caught out by Emerson.
It did take two of them. And Diaz has done it in the box. Comes Diaz.
Oh my gosh. Spurs are being pulled apart.
Mane out, Trent.
Robertson. Sadio Mane.
Oh, Mane missed the overhead. But already, we're a minute in.
Ball goes all the way back to Konate.
Starting hard and fast.
Yeah.
This is exactly what Liverpool need right now, of course. City fans will not be liking seeing the reaction that Liverpool have come out with here, as Robertson tried a long ball forward with Mane, and it's clear downfield. Anywhere will do. Straight into the path of Henderson.
We'll touch on City.
We do need to touch on that.
Their midweek excursion to Madrid.
We also need to touch on the news that came out this morning, of course, about Chelsea actually having a buyer. And you know what? We've mocked Chelsea, and rightly so at times. But the situation that is occurring around is no fault of their own. So I'm pleased to see that they'll be in the hands of the LA Dodgers now. So they're already being nicknamed the Jammy Dodgers now, Chelsea, which is fun. But to answer Graham's question, Graham's got a question in the chat quickly for us. Which American candidate Matt ECG today's game? Still the seriously big young player actually. We have an American candy store in town now.
Really?
So Manny saved by Larice. We've also got a roller liquor. We've got roller liquors now as well. We penalty your tongue.
Oh, so you got a spray and a roller there.
Oh yes, these apparently are things from America. They also have American Pop Tarts, which you don't get here. You get Pop Tarts here, but you don't get the cinnamon ones. Yeah.
I thought that y'all had like laws like against like some of the food that we produce here.
There are. To be fair, most of it's fine. Most of it's fine. I had one of the energy drinks, a citrusy sort of thing. I forgot how much it was. £2.50 a can, which is not cheap. But it was like nearly double the price of a can of Monster. But it was very nice. It was
What was
citrusy,
it?
and it was almost sugar-free. I forgot the name off the top of my head. I'm trying to count it now as well. She kept it really. But yeah, it was a decent one. At some point, I just hope he doesn't get deodorant and his candy mixed up. No, Grandma, won't. Don't worry. It's fine. You're good. But I am, because it's the evening, of course, I am on the Applejack. So.
Oh, did you get some ice?
Oh, no. Not the mixer. If I was having it straight, then I'd be having it over ice. But no. In fact, if you want to send me a little gift, I like some cold rocks because they're much better than ice, like Max got.
Ah, see. All right, folks, you heard it here. If you're gonna send Matt any gifts,
the wedding list will be open.
Yes, Matt is getting married soon.
Less than a year now.
Do you have like a Wish, like a Wish.com account that you can just like?
No. Yeah. I jest, of course. We probably don't know if we're going to be having a list yet. To be fair, so Antonio Conte's on the pitch. What the hell was he doing?
Who?
Conte was on the pitch.
Oh, I'm sure he
back
accidentally moved it.
Accidentally? Jesus Christ.
Mo Salah here over the top to Sadio Mane, but it finds Spurs defenders who have easily caught it out. But again, the press.
The press is great.
Liverpool's press has just been perfectly timed here. Wins the ball back easily. Puts Spurs under another bit of a stranglehold. Matt, quick question for you. Something that we have been seeing more and more frequently here at the second part of the season, especially now with the introduction of Luis Diaz. We've actually been seeing Sadio Mane leading the line, being flanked by either Diaz or Jota or Salah, of course, on the right. What do you make about this tactical change here by Liverpool?
Well, you see that on a regular basis, as you say, and Mane now digs it inside the Diaz, and Mane built back out to Robertson. Mane then did he win the corner? No, it stayed in play.
I don't know how that stayed in play.
That's impressive. Thiago is it's like a panther. He's chasing everything down.
Yeah, he's a.
And now Tottenham breaking is 3-on-3.
And is picked out by Konate, but not for long here. Harry Kane with a cross in.
Oh, great save by Alisson! Twice.
Spurs again. But Liverpool now on the counter. Jordan Henderson dodges a tackle, but then gets brought down by Bentancur. Referee says play on. Diaz to Mane.
Graham in the chat is calling me out of it. Saying I offered to buy Matt something for his wedding months ago. They wanted, still waiting on him to get back to me. To be fair, Graham, you being there'll be a good present for me, mate.
Oh, just pick him up some cold rocks, some cold stones there, Graham.
Yeah. To be fair, there are things that we've got. Most things we have nothing we need. We have things we want. Yeah. We've got everything we need. So yeah, if you want to pay for a wedding, you're welcome to do it, Graham. But I jest, of course.
Spurs with the throw in here. Emerson Royale.
Has he been a good signing, Emerson Royale?
Not for Antonio Conte. Of course, Antonio Conte did not sign Emerson Royale.
But he arrived this year. Had he had a good year?
He's had a decent year. I think if you're Antonio Conte, you're looking at going from Achraf Hakimi last year with Inter Milan to Emerson Royale, he's a fine player, but he's short of being world class. I feel like he might want somebody who's a bit more mobile, a bit faster. I think that's obviously why Spurs were trying to go in for Luis Diaz or even Adama Traore in the closing moments of the January transfer window.
I would have say, by the way, we just had a stat come on the screen in the UK. 78% possession to Liverpool so far.
Yeah,
we are only 8 minutes in.
Yeah, 8.5 minutes. I mean, it's but it's exactly what we
Liverpool's
kind of thought it would look like here at the opening parts of
yeah.
the game.
Liverpool's home form, by the way, this year 12-1, 12 played, 35 scored, 2 conceded. That is
That's impressive.
brilliant record.
It really
Brilliant
is.
record. But to be fair, as we mentioned a couple of times this season, back in January, City were 15 points clear. In fact, I was listening back, Tanner, to when me and Magsy covered the Liverpool Arsenal game, the 4-0 last before December last year, and Chelsea were top and City were third.
Yeah,
and then Christmas happened, and then City ended up being 15 points clear, and now they're 1 point. Now the title race is the closest it's been, and it is a case of blow for blow sort of thing. I mean, Spurs are not going to be a walkover. Let's get that out of the opinion straight away. The amount of watch longs I've looked at this week, looking at because a lot of people put together these collections of watch longs. We know we've been involved in a few ourselves.
The history of Tekkers, yeah,
we're in there somewhere. Man City fans saying how as soon as Mahrez has scored, that was it, game over. They said that's it. We're in Paris. We can start booking the tickets. So actually booked their tickets. Salah now deflected, goes for a corner.
It was a classic instance of Mo marching down the wings and just really, really kissing the ball, dancing down the touchline. He pulled up for a shot. I think it was a little bit predictable as Spurs were able to get to it. But
Henderson's ball was brilliant, and then Mane just releases Salah perfectly.
Mm-hmm. That's one thing I've been really impressed with.
Backing off.
Mm-hmm. That's one thing I've been really impressed with Sadio Mane is since I guess this new change in position here and role for him, he's been able to distribute the ball. I think he's picked up on a lot of the things
corner,
that
and hit it out.
Yeah, just a little bit shy there. It does drop to Henderson. Now to Fabinho.
He's been a stalwart for the last couple of years. But he's had a great season. I can argue back in and headed out again by Spurs, and let the ball bounce, but they do come out with it. I'd say I'm very pleased that Thiago had a much, much better season this year.
That who?
Thiago.
Oh, Thiago. Well, he had a really good season last year. It's just that Liverpool were fairly underwhelming, just all the way around.
Yeah, but I'm saying this year it's just been so much better in general. So I've been very pleased about that, and I'm happy to eat crow, as Max would say.
Kulishevsky is still down in the box.
He's been a brilliant player. And the thing is, Spurs aren't putting it out, are they?
Mm. Spurs.
Should we talk about some of the midweek stuff? How I got a little low in action.
We can if you'd like.
Let's talk about the game with Villarreal, who, let's face it, 3 minutes in, reminded Liverpool fans it's not done.
Yeah. That was really a game of two halves.
It really was.
Like severely. Villarreal gave everything that they had in that game, but it was it was a very impressive first 45 minutes for them. They put a stranglehold on Liverpool that Liverpool have not been in all season long. Liverpool looked very human in that first 45 minutes. And,
I could be wrong, but I think the first time this season Liverpool have been 2 down at halftime.
Yeah. But I think that Klopp provided a calming influence. Instructed
I don't
the
think
players
so somehow. I reckon it was more of an arse kicking he gave them in the dressing room.
Yeah, I mean, whatever it may have been, the players definitely were instructed to play their game and play their game that they did. They came back out and were able to successfully turn the tide and make their way into the finals here. Again, we're getting a shot here of Kulishevsky, who he went down earlier in the game, probably about maybe 2 or
I'm
3
looking to
minutes
see
ago.
if doesn't look like anything happened, but I think maybe he's tweaked a muscle, perhaps.
Yeah,
he's walking.
He's holding his back. It may be his lower back or his glute, perhaps. That's given out a little bit on him.
Conor came in the chat saying, "I don't want any bias here, gentlemen. I want this game to be called fairly." We can always call. Well, I always call it as fair as I can make it. But I can't speak for.
I mean, you could always tune into True Geordie. You do have that option.
No, we don't.
And even then, I don't think you're really getting an unbiased point of view.
Indeed. As Liverpool come forward again.
Oh, Matt.
Yes.
You mentioned that you have this new candy store
we do, yes.
in your hometown. So one thing that I just noticed at my local grocery store is that we now have Pepsi Nitro, which has the same nitrogen opening that you would normally find in cans of Guinness.
Right.
So now when you pop open the can of Pepsi, I think that they come in like 16 ounces. But you pour it like you would pour a Guinness, very very straight down and hard, and it's very smooth, very enjoyable Pepsi, less harsh than maybe what you would find in a normal Pepsi.
Yes, I know of it. I haven't seen it anywhere in the UK yet, but it's available in draft or vanilla draft.
I've had both. Both are very tasty. I'm waiting on the cherry version.
But it's only available in the US.
Oh, see. You might have to import it.
Yeah. I'm fine. I'm fine with that. You know.
You're not a big Pepsi guy.
I'm a big Pepsi guy. I like Pepsi Max. It's a weird thing. Diet Coke over Coke Zero. Pepsi Max over Diet Pepsi.
Well, I could understand that.
We've had some amazing Max flavors. Lime is lovely. The Max Lime is lovely. Cherry Max is one of the most popular ones here. At Pizza Hut, you can get strawberry flavored.
Oh. Is it because they have that machine where you can pick the different flavors?
Yep. Yeah, every single flavor. Yeah. So that's why you obviously become something out of George's Marvelous Medicine by Roald Dahl, just like mixing all the flavors together, like a potion. And in the end, they say, "Oh, this is disgusting." Well, yeah, you made it, you idiot. As Marnie comes in behind here.
Marnie being crowded out here by Emerson Royale.
Wins the throw. Does he win the throw?
I think Spurs are appealing for the throw. Mane
as well gets the throw. Yes.
Yeah. Mane's he's carrying the ball back onto the pitch.
He's very crafty. He's our Mane.
Emerson looking for an open spot here.
It's so muggy. Take my hat off.
Yeah.
Of course, just so you know as well, Tortana, as we are talking right now, I do believe there is qualifying happening for the Miami Grand Prix. We're not covering it on this weekend, but there is currently qualifying happening. So that's we will keep you abreast of that as it happens, in case anyone is interested.
This is the Miami Grand Prix for F1 racing.
It is Miami Grand Prix. Yes, it will be kicking off in about an hour's time, from what I've just looked at. So it'll be deep. It'll be in the second half. But we'll keep abreast of that if anything major happens. Mario Andretti were part of the commentary team this year. The only American F1 world champion, I believe.
We'll have to.
Michael tried, but Mario, he wasn't in Mario's league. Shut up, Graham.
We're gonna have to find a time to watch another race. That was a lot of fun. Here, as we are joined by my dog once again, Millie. Millie's here.
How is Millie today?
She's good.
You need Millie cam.
I do need a Millie cam. She says hi. I'm gonna try and wait till she gets on the other side of me before I before
pan the
I
camera.
pan the camera.
We got Roberts on the ball now and cross the ball from Thiago to Canate. It's just the calmness that Liverpool build with, and then as soon as you lose the ball, like rabid dogs chasing the ball down.
Yes. they're vicious.
I mean, Spurs are playing a 5 at the back now.
Yeah, they're really trying to close those doors quickly because they've realized that if they start springing their fullbacks into attack, that they're really leaving things very wide open for Liverpool to take advantage and take control. But Liverpool doing a great job of trying to match up.
Thiago knocking it forward. Salah went it down. And it's a brilliant tackle, actually, to be fair.
Mm-hmm.
I think they were looking for. I think they've given the corner. They're never going to go kick.
It looks like they have given the corner here. Millie, well, there we go. Millie, what's your take on the corner? Yeah, what you think about the corner, Millie? Well, all right.
It's clearly gone off for a corner, but I think he's given a goal kick.
Curious decision here by the referee.
He has given a goal kick. The inevitable Specsavers joke comes to mind. Thiago's ball out to Salah. Inside to Mane. Dummies it to Henderson. Back with Mane.
Thiago.
Graham with a great stat here. Salah playing his 250th match for Liverpool today. So yeah, that's congratulations to Salah Mane. Mohamed Salah, sorry for that, of course.
Yeah, the Egyptian king.
The Egyptian king, indeed. Talking about Diaz, who's got 10% of that under his belt already, which is amazing when you think about it. I never would have thought he'd play 25 times, but we are in May. And Liverpool play a lot of games. And Diaz has been involved in most of them, one way or another.
Does it concern you all that there's yet to be any more contract discussions about Mo Salah in recent weeks, even after Jurgen Klopp's renewal?
Doesn't concern me the slightest.
A beautiful bit of play there by Thiago Alcantara, who slid in for the tackle, recovered the ball, and then distributed the ball right into the attack.
Henderson has been taken down in front of a North End. That's going to be interesting.
Henderson is now down. Romero had the tackle in, but Henderson obviously.
And they're trying to hold his feet. Did he win the ball? No, he did not.
No, that could have been very. Well, he got a bit of the ball, but
the ball hit him because Henderson hit it into him.
Yeah,
the corner has been given, so
I don't know.
The big men forward, Van Dijk, Canate, Robinson was over the corner. In front of the Anfield Road end.
Robertson's gotten very good at the corners here this season.
Indeed, Liverpool most successful from corner in the Premier League this season.
And
Van Dijk wide. Comment came in the chat saying Salah to Real Madrid. I don't think that's going to happen, unfortunately.
Let's take a closer look here. Connor has actually written Shala to Madrid, so maybe there's there's a different player.
Let's not penalize the people who make a spelling mistake, shall we?
Well, I'm just saying, maybe he's referring to Matmed Shala, possibly unknown, undiscovered talent in Egypt, maybe headed to Real Madrid.
I admire your argument there. The last 5 minutes have been 90% position of Liverpool. The screw had been turned. We are halfway through the first half. It is Liverpool 0, Tottenham 0 from the Premier League. And Van Dijk sprayed the ball out to Robertson. Yeah. And now Diaz back to Robertson. I've got a bit the fact that we've got players that can play in any position in that front line makes it so much easier.
Mm-hmm. A note on Mohamed Salah, though. Since we were discussing his contract very briefly he does. It does feel as though if he did have to move, it would be to perhaps a Barcelona. They might be looking for another star in that attacking lineup that they have. Possibly even a PSG. Perhaps I could see PSG maybe looking to pick him up as well.
I mean, they walked the farmer thing. Diaz wins the ball in, and
beautifully
Mane
intercepted.
feeds Robertson.
Fabinho.
Thiago to Trent, who hits it into the crowd behind the ground.
Trent was not that far away, though. That would have been a lightning bolt.
Absolutely, but it was just rising. But the crowd all applauding, including Jurgen Klopp, applauding the attempt going forward for sure, which is good to see. And Lloris keep playing it short, and the defenders having to hurry the ball. Kulusevski is so busy, which annoys me.
But when you're busy, you're working.
Listen, that's the problem. That's the problem for you see, because we don't like it when the front line for the other side is busy. But Van Dijk was equal to the cross and put it out for a throw, and it's now back with Dyer and Romero.
Mm-hmm.
It said something when Dyer played the midfield for England and plays centre half for your club. But then again, Scott McTominay plays midfield for Man United and he's centre half for Scotland.
That's what I heard. Harry Kane now.
Harry Kane down as well. Fabinho clearly gave him a little reminder he's here.
Yeah, he's feeling his hamstring a little bit. We get the replay. Fabinho, it's a bit of a rash tackle there from Fabinho.
It's a stretching tackle, and he's a bit short, and the tread leg has come through in his Achilles tendon. That hurts like a bitch. Diaz and Liverpool press again, forcing Spurs to make the pass maybe quicker than they'd like to. And the ball is through to Kane, but Trent.
Excellent
Great timing by Trent Alexander-Arnold.
Yeah, Trent gets a lot of shtick for his for what is perceived to be defensive, defensive insufficiencies. But I mean, that's a perfect example that that can be a bit of a fallacy.
He was at fault for the second goal in midweek, but he didn't let it get down. He put his head down and kept soldiering on, didn't he?
Indeed.
As Diaz comes forward again.
Diaz just juggling.
It's literally jinking left, right, and then Henderson knocks it back to Trent. He's going to cross it deep. He's going to play it short. Play it short. Come back to Henderson.
Diaz calls for it again from Henderson.
Yeah, no, I'm on the right wing now. That's the thing. It's so fluid, that front three. We get a replay here of Diaz dropping the shoulder and ducking two tackles that if he'd have stayed with him, he would have gone down and got a free kick. Very, very good work, sir. That's why everyone loves Luis Diaz, because he works hard and he's busy. He works so hard for the team. It's a fact.
He's working.
He's busy, so he's always working.
Mm-hmm.
Let's get on a shirt, I swear, at some point. As
we really do need some merch. That needs to be a shirt there.
Well, we now have a trading partner, so why not?
Yeah, we could work on that.
As the great print from Salah there, winning the throw off of Ben Davies high up the pitch, and the second quickly.
Spurs defense already looks like they're putting in a bit of a sweat. Liverpool though remain fairly calm.
Robertson. Back to Mane. Mane's on the left now. Diaz down the middle, it feels like at the moment. Van Dijk, I think, forward, looking for...
Oh, Salah!
What the hell was that header back from Spurs?
Salah very close.
Was it the Reese who blocked that?
That was so the ball goes backwards by Sessegnon. The ball came dangerously close to Salah.
It was great save by Hugo Lloris.
Yeah, Lloris palms it away. Just out of Salah's reach. Spurs got a bit lucky there.
They needed the self-destruct button.
Sessegnon now.
Against Sessegnon. It's not a fair fight. The ball going to be... It's kept in play again.
Fabinho
Fabinho kept it in play for corner. No, I think it has been given now at the corner. I think it was over the line before Fabinho could keep it in, unfortunately. But good attempt from Fabinho. The cop in full voice behind, but the scarves are aloft. The singing continues. We can't hear it, obviously, for legal reasons. But it's a wonderful thing. A Son goes across to the far side, takes 3-4 paces back. The South Korean will be putting this on Harry Kane's head if he has his way. And it doesn't beat the first man.
Very short of finding Harry Kane.
Chris Harris's first rule of football, beat the first man.
Yeah. Speaking of Chris, Chris is going through a bit of a tough time. He and his family, our thoughts are with Chris at the moment.
Indeed. Our thoughts with the entirety of the Harris family. David plays the ball for the second on.
Son. It looks like it's a race there, but Trent wins the race comfortably. Henderson finds the ball, gives it back to Trent, who is looking for a target in the midfield. He was able to find Sadio Mane. Thiago with the ball now passes it out to Jordan Henderson. Now out to Mohamed Salah on the flanks. Salah running quickly.
And he's fouled on the far side. And Bentancur was disagreeing with it, but assistant referee definitely agreeing on that. Something doesn't win the ball, so it is a foul. But yeah, it could be much worse. As we just passed the half-hour mark here at Anfield, Liverpool 0, Tottenham 0. Free kick on the right-hand side, the attacking position, which Trent and Andy Wilson are standing over because of course they are. Do we actually think of the apart from Trent to whip one in though?
Robbo is looking at Trent like, you gonna let me have this one, or you gonna take this one? Like, what are we?
It was a weird one the other day because there was no Trent. There was no Trent on the pitch, no Sal on the pitch. But Trent takes this one deep. Højbjerg comes to Thiago
with a lovely lofted pass.
Headed back across goal by Diaz. Great unselfish play from Luis Diaz.
But just here again is just a wonderful vision of Thiago Alcantara's control, his touch, his passing ability. He's an excellent player.
Another misplaced pass at the back. The Spurs' pass from the back has been suicidal at times.
Yeah, they have not settled well into this game.
The Anfield crowd is a hostile atmosphere. I genuinely thought Emerson Royale was a pigeon raider at that point for a moment there. When he was running along the touchline at that. The pass accuracy for Liverpool was 89%. It's only 74 in favour of Spurs. Liverpool have had 228 passes, 83 for Spurs. 83 passes in half an hour. Connor came in the chat. I think it's a bit short, I think, sir. Manscaped reached out to me to me, but they want 1,000 subs and 700 views of video. I don't think I'll reach that time soon. Connor, from experience, you should be doing. You should do your videos for yourself, mate, and for the group around you. You should never do it for pressure to try and hit targets like that, because you are one person, and even us. It takes us a year to get 100 subscribers. And we literally plug and plug and plug.
Yeah.
so you shouldn't feel pressured into that sort of thing. It's not for you, sir. It's just not for you yet.
It's also one thing that I've noticed, and this is not to disparage Manscaped. I've actually used their products, but it seems like Manscaped as a sponsor works very well. I'm lifting the curtain here, the veil. But if you're a content creator, Manscaped works very well in terms of being like a corporate sponsor, perhaps. I've heard that on an individual basis, very few people, until you start getting those hundreds of thousands or tens of thousands of subscribers, that it's not very manageable. It's very difficult to kind of see any profit out of it. So I would not stress too hard on trying to get sponsorship from Manscaped, Connor.
Yeah,
Hi,
I mean,
Manscaped. How's it
it'd be
going?
great, obviously, if you were to get someone of that caliber, sir. But at the same time, don't feel pressured into it, sort of thing. You
Yeah.
know, you keep doing what you're doing because I've seen your views, mate. You're doing fine. You're doing fine.
Virgil van Dijk now with the ball to Thiago.
And to Robertson, who's also another person who's doing fine. Passes it out to Henderson. Fabinho to Trent. The versatility, the knowing that you've got other players in that team who can do other crucial roles, as Diaz received the ball and then jinks to the side and to the middle of the park, in fact, looking for the right pass and then finds Kanate, who's alongside Thiago in the midfield. And Robertson, and a leg is stuck out, and it's more of a hopeful leg, but it works for Spurs. And Conte is screaming, wanting a yellow card for Robertson. The foul was given. Referee saying that's enough.
Mm.
He doesn't hit him in the face. I can see why you want to give out. It's not in the face, to be fair. But Conte is getting closer and closer to the pitch, of course. And that's humorous. Of course, Tottenham's next game after this, of course, is a big game against Burnley, who suffered a defeat today, of course, unfortunately. The first one they've had since Sean Dyche left, in fact. Tanner.
Yes.
It was so obviously our Burnley brethren here at Tekkers would have been pleased with the results so far, but of course the other teams around them haven't played yet, so it may still be status quo.
I still feel very comfortable with Burnley surviving the Premier League this season.
I've been saying this all season long to survive, and no one would believe me.
I mean, I feel like the Burnley contingency, especially here at Radio Tekkers, probably had their doubts, but I mean they are not. I don't think that they're safe by any stretch of the imagination, but I think at the end of the day that they will overcome, and avoid the relegation drop here. As Graham in the chat says, 10 points from 15, still impressive. Yeah, absolutely. That's
At the same time, Connor K following it up with Arsenal should beat Leeds tomorrow, so no way about Leeds. I implore you to not get ahead of yourself, because I believe it was in 1999. Correct if I'm wrong on that one in the chat if I'm wrong. In 1999, Sheffield Wednesday were already relegated. Arsenal went and played them after we're chasing Man United down the title race. Arsenal lost 4-2 and lost the title race that day.
Yeah.
Nothing to given. Just because sometimes you think, down the bottom table, it should be 3 points. No guarantee. That's happened to our lives. And there's nothing more dangerous than a wounded animal. It's
yes.
true.
I mean, Leeds have a lot to play for still.
Would you mess for wounded honey badger?
No, I would not. You also have to think that Leeds are really wanting to prove something here after their game last week against Manchester City.
Ball in from Trent.
Ooh.
Head out for a corner.
Liverpool keep getting very, very close, and while the Spurs have been very well organized this game, you got to think that the danger is still with Liverpool.
Yeah, it's not the case, but the longer it stays 0-0, and more the longer they're going to think they can get something out of this game, Spurs, and you can't argue with that logic. I mean, we haven't seen the new Liverpool home trip. Have you seen it yet, Tanner? It looks beautiful.
It's a very much a classic, an updated take.
Oh, for
oh, very
from
close
Virgil
here.
van Dijk from the other corner. Liverpool were literally the bar away from going ahead.
Here we go. There's a replay here.
We're seeing a replay here. Van Dijk, unchallenged, getting the header as well. And, Lloris beaten. All ends up.
It's not too far away.
They're playing keeper on their own baseline. I can use American term.
Very dangerous here.
Goals from corner this year, Liverpool got 13.
Thiago, beautiful pass to Mane.
Chopped down, and that's not even... Romero's a couple of those. You've got to be careful now.
Romero is dangerously close to getting booked. This is the second, probably the second offense that he's had this game that
Indeed.
You could say was a bit late, or
just a bit.
The referee's definitely taking note of this. It seems. Yeah, I'm sure the next time we'll be looking at a yellow. Too. Next time we'll be looking at a yellow for sure. But we've got Trent and Salah standing over the ball here for the free kick. Liverpool, of course, have been masters of the set piece this year.
It's Trent standing over the ball. Sure, he could go direct.
He
charged into the wall twice.
Liverpool tried to get a bit creative there.
And wonderful touch from Thiago Alcantara. Spurs are defending for their lives.
Diaz. Trent.
It's from Robertson with his right foot.
Oh.
Van Dijk.
Finds Van Dijk. Ball goes out.
Robertson's now playing left back again, as he should be.
Mm-hmm.
Mane wins another corner as Mane. Emerson Royale hungry to see another corner.
Mm-hmm.
The pressure's been turned up a notch inside Anfield, who, let's face it, the second half this year have been electric. We have 5 minutes from half time here at Anfield. Liverpool 0, Tottenham 0. On Tekkers, Matt and Tanner bring you uninterrupted alternative commentary here from Premier League. Great ball in again.
Henderson.
And it was Robertson charging from the corner back to his spot and wins the ball fairly. Diaz. I'm not saying a lot of Spurs players' names, but Diaz wins the ball.
Beautiful move.
Great save by Hugo Lloris. And Liverpool I can hear the noise over my headphones.
Anfield is electric at the moment. Trent trying to get a tackle in. Spurs won a stoppage.
Fabinho back assisting. Son against Van Dijk. Konate's now back as well. Robertson's got two to worry about. Oh, hit the post!
Ooh.
Højbjerg hit the post. But a reminder for Liverpool fans, this is not going to be one and done. What did you put me out of the team for?
I hit the wrong button. I'm sorry. But yes, Spurs.
It looked like Azar had it covered, apart from the post. So post, Laurie's at full two-handed save to push away. Alisson kicked the ball out of Trent.
Yeah, I think the Hugo Lloris had an advantage there of being able to see the shot in its entirety, but still, that's not an easy feat. Salah tearing inside.
Oh, and he passed the man. He's cut out by the 6 players around him.
Mm.
As Alisson Becker now comes forward, playing as a sweeper keeper. Fabinho, Henderson, Robertson. See, we've had quite a bit of action here. We haven't had a chance to do any of our usual takes, Tanner, have we, really?
No. This has been all...
It also feels eerily reminiscent of the Arsenal game that we had covered in November. That goalkeeper having a great first half and took a long time to break him down, but eventually Manny did so.
Mm.
Thiago, good, lost a little bit of trickery, but didn't quite get it
over.
off.
He just does all the right things so well.
Throw and a foul won by Thiago Alcantara. Everton around another one. Start making notes of these, referee.
Yeah,
Take quickly to Fabinho. And now Henderson. Out to Trent, then out to Mo Salah, who wins the throw in advanced position. Ben Davies has been told to just sit on Salah, I reckon. Wouldn't you?
Salah looks to have made a joke with Davies.
Well, that's good. That's good.
But it looks like we have Trent with the throw in here. Trent going a little bit long distance there. Looked to have been trying to find.
Is that Van Dijk on halfway?
Mm-hmm.
As we head towards the 45th minute here, haven't many stoppages, so maybe 1 or 2 minutes added on. Mm-hmm. As Thiago plays the ball out to Robertson, back to Thiago, cross ball to Konate.
Mm-hmm.
Konate fizzes it forward to Mane, who tried to chip it through to Henderson. And Thiago again steps in, and Konate now coming forward. He's Joe Matip. Trent Alexander-Arnold throwing it deep. Finds Diaz. The control from Luis Diaz is exceptional. He falls over and still keeps possession with Robertson. Thiago looking for Robertson. Can't quite get over Emerson Royale. We are in time lost here. One will be added on.
So here in the States, the 1 minute of added stoppage time sign came up, sponsored by Progressive, but it accidentally showed the logos, the badges for Brighton and Manchester United.
To the game before this, of course. So
yeah, of course.
Of course. Graham in the chat saying a good first half so far, but no real food talk. Hoping more in the second half. We'll see what we can do. Of course, we get a reminder on the TV here. Do not forget, Saturday, the 28th of May, which is 3 weeks today, of course. Is it 3 weeks today? 3 weeks today. 3 weeks today.
Yep.
We'll be bringing you full coverage of the Champions League final in Liverpool and Real Madrid. The rematch, 4 years in the making. As we hit half-time here at Anfield, it is Liverpool 0, Tottenham 0.
It's been a great first half if you're a Liverpool fan. A bit dicey if you're a Spurs fan. Spurs looking very much like they're trying to contain the match, but there's only so long that you can contain a fire. Liverpool looking irresistible here in the first half.
Indeed. It's certainly something that they were being wanting to get in at half time with Tottenham, because if you keep a clean sheet, then as far as they're hunting down Arsenal, of course. They need all the points they can get, so it's not an easy one, of course. Good math skills, Matt. Yeah. Thank you, Graham. Math is not way as we know.
Yeah,
while we get our breath back from that first half, how about we let you guys we talk a bit about our audio brand we have going. Obviously, you take us on the moving podcast form. You can find us on all major networks. You can listen to Chain Wrestling, which comes out every Wednesday on there. You can listen to Doctor Who Pod on a Tuesday. You can listen to Nitro Nights on a Thursday, and of course, on a Friday, there's this little gem.
It all started when coronavirus hit and the world went a little caca. In a blink of a cosmic clock, I went from working full-time to sofa test pilot, which could have been fun, if I knew how to Zoom. Fortunately, I had help, an observer from the project named Sai. Unfortunately, Sai is not tech-savvy, so all he could do was lend moral support.
Hello!
Anyway, here I am, bouncing around these four walls, putting edits in where it once went wrong, a sort of low-budget Chris Moyles, with Sai as my comedy Dave. So here we are with our microphones, on Radio Tekkers, in what we call the waiting room.
Oh boy.
Yeah,
Indeed,
waiting room.
the waiting room is back, season 2. We have a few episodes in already with Cy and Benny, and it's fantastic, of course. As we adore both those gentlemen. So many projects are involved. We've got fingers in all the pies here at Radio Tekkers, as we all do. To be fair, we've got a lot of things going on here, and more stuff, exciting stuff coming your way in the new season. Of course, we haven't formally announced it yet, but we've got some things planned for the summer as well. Some little things planned for the summer. And actual football as well, not just stuff filling in the gaps, like hand egg, like Americans have over there, or the F1 racing that we cover as well, of course. But also some amazing football coming your way from UEFA Women's Euros held in England, of course. This is something we're looking forward to taking part to broadcasting and showcasing. You get the drift. It's going to be a big summer, and it's hopefully going to get rid of some of the bad taste in the mouth from last year's Euros, which of course ended so badly with all the bad problems with the fans of Wembley, of course.
Indeed, yeah. I mean, we're very, very excited about the summertime. We're very excited to see what we're going to be, to see some of these different projects come to fruition here. Here in the States, of course, if you're watching on USA Network or on NBC Sports, we're getting a little bit of coverage here, halftime talk from Tim Howard and the rest of the gang, who are actually down at the Kentucky Derby today. So,
very good. Here we go. We've got Michael Pellegrini in the chat saying, "Happy Sunday, fellas. Caught COVID this week, so hearing some familiar voices is nice. That sucks, dude.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I've had it twice. It's not fun. Hopefully you feel better soon and you get better soon. Sending a lot of love to you, buddy. A lot of love to you, Michael Pellegrini of the Void brand. Obviously, big fan of you over on GTBC, and of course the Tekkers team love you dearly. Obviously, you are part of our WrestleMania Night 2, of course, and of course you've also helped me out last year when I needed help with live watch for AC Milan in the Champions League, of course. So we have a lot of love for you here, Micah.
Yeah.
So Dan, let's talk about that first half a little bit, shall we?
Yeah, let's talk about it here, Matt. Liverpool, obviously, as we said, irresistible, but they have not converted yet. As the way that things stand right now, they are technically top of the table on goal difference if this result stands. But I have a feeling that there are going to be some goals in this one. So let's see how the full 90 minutes plays out. Statistically, Liverpool have 11 shots in total, as opposed to Spurs 3 shots, 2 of which have been on target for Liverpool, only 1 of which has been on target for Spurs. This is kind of what I'm talking about here, folks. Liverpool need to start converting on these chances that they've come so close with. Possession-wise, they're doing a fantastic job. 65% possession to Spurs 35%. They also have almost double the amount of passes for Spurs, as opposed to Spurs, rather. 352 total passes compared to Spurs 194. So, yeah, Liverpool doing what they need to do, but they need to convert the chances.
This is true. It's a bit of a case of the unstoppable meeting the immovable here tonight. That term defense is very much anywhere will do from, and it's only the first half. We of course mentioned we're going here for the Champions League final, of course, on the 28th of May. We're also here, of course, next Saturday for the FA Cup final, of course, between Liverpool and Chelsea. Which, if Liverpool are victorious, there will be the second notch in the quadruple, which of course is very possible to do. Liverpool, of course, then the following weekend, if things go to plan, will be going for the championship on the last day, probably, as will Man City, and we'll be covering final day here on Sunday, the 21st of May. We'll be covering as many games as we can as they all kick off at 4 p.m. UK, 10 a.m. Cowboy time. So Tanner, be up for that one, please. As you got bacon and eggs inside you, ready for that one. It's gonna be a hectic one, but looking forward to it. It's gonna be absolute. It's gonna be and we've also got some midweek games in the mix as well. So yeah. Second half in had progress. My foil's looking quite so good now, I'll be honest.
Well, you never know. Liverpool could come in the second half and just absolutely smash Spurs with 4 goals, but we'll just have to wait and see what this looks like exactly.
We will. We will. Let's. Well, at halftime, let's address the elephant in the room, or should we say the city at the Bernabeu?
Yes.
Because we touched on it earlier, but of course, for 90 minutes in midweek, Real Madrid did not manage a single shot on target and were 2 goals behind on aggregate. 3 minutes later, it was extra time.
Yeah.
Tanner, you've watched football for a long time, as have I. Yeah. I still haven't figured out what in the name of a month of Sundays happened.
Just a very special moment. A very special moment for Real Madrid. These are the exact nights that we live for as fans of the sport and as two neutrals watching this game here, Matt. I think you and I would agree that neither one of us would have seen this coming. Neither one of us could have dreamt of a Real Madrid.
I turned over. I thought, look, everyone did. Mario scored. I thought, well, that's not going to come up from Balade.
It's been widely reported that many fans were leaving the Bernabeu. In Madrid.
They let them back in again, though. They let them back in.
They were not allowed back into the stadium. Many were forced to watch the game from the from bars or from outside of the stadium on their phones. That's why you stick around. You stick around.
It's why you don't leave until end of the game. It's why the FA Cup final been moved forward in time so people can get home afterwards.
Yeah,
there's no excuse for leaving your game early ever.
It's not over until the fat lady sings, like they say.
But
yeah, it was a masterstroke of genius for Carlo Ancelotti, who put Rodrigo in late in the second half. Late in the second half, Rodrigo has been a very, very good player for Real Madrid, and he scored.
For sure.
He converted twice, once in the 90th minute and once in the 91st minute, which had tied everything up on aggregate for.
I'd like to point out at that point that Edison then had to save from Rodrigo to stop a hat trick happening in normal time. Still, I'll point out, and that was Edison's first touch of the ball. In the 94th minute. At that point, he'd already conceded twice.
Yeah.
And then, of course, the extra time, of course, Diaz with a bad tackle. We're so close to being a good tackle. It was so close to being a good tackle. That was a penalty it was. But the amount of Man City fans who, to this moment, refuse to accept that that was a foul.
I mean, what can you say?
What are you looking at, man? We've been known to be at times biased.
You don't say.
But it's but even when we've had penalties given against, we have said that is a penalty sort of thing. Talking about fans, Graham was saying for fans of long, for example, I can't stand needing to leave early. Yes, but not because you think you're not going to win. At the same time, though, no one saw it coming like that, and I got that little, that
goosebumps.
I got the goosebumps. Like, you don't get that from a lot of games of football. That one I did.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, this is the matchup that we famously knew from Mohamed Salah. This is the matchup that he wanted. He posted on social media that he wanted Real Madrid. There has been the I guess the story arc or the narrative, if you will, that that Liverpool are wanting revenge for 2018, and they have the team that they wanted. That they called their shot, and now it's here, right?
They much so. Problem is that what's his name, Didi Hamann, Liverpool legend, has said that Salah was wrong to say that. So he said it was disrespectful to Man City. I'm like, give over.
I mean,
give over. I mean, he wanted Real Madrid. He's allowed. He's like, he said like, saying he wants payback, disrespect. I'm like, that's what everyone else was thinking.
I mean,
every Liverpool fan
he's
was
entitled
to
his
thing.
opinion. Didi Hamann is entitled to.
I personally believe that Didi Hamann is wrong on this one. I love Didi Hamann, but it's not it. As we have when of course definitely go past outside.
Yeah, the cancel police is here. They're here to take us away for disagreeing with.
Indeed, we've just seen Mane's goal. We've seen Mane go again on TV, but he scored against Villarreal. And Lo Celso was so reckless of that tackle. Apparently, Graham said the last time Real Madrid were beaten in the Champions League final was against Liverpool in Paris. Well, it was the European Cup final in 1981. This is the thing, you see. Last time we were in Paris and we played the Champions League, we ended up who beat the semi-final, by the way, Tanner? Villarreal. Other stars line. That'll be what happened, won't it? We'll win it all, and then we'll end up. We'll turn up to the Stade de France, and yeah, you get. If I thought if we were going to lose, if we weren't going to qualify for a final, it would be the FA Cup final, but nah. Okay. Over on Twitch, I'm smoking on my bitch. Hello, Man. Seems like Man United deleted their club.
Yeah,
what do you mean deleted their club?
They went. Somebody obviously should go into their FM save profiles and delete their save. I feel as though that's probably something that many Manchester United fans would like to have done in real life. Yeah,
indeed. I'm checking what's trending right now, and right now Brighton are the number one trend in the United Kingdom.
Yeah.
Not a shock. It's not a shock. Bristol Rovers, of course, are trending fourth in the country after they won 7-0 against Scunthorpe to get promoted out of League Two. So well done to Bristol Rovers. Joey Barton, of course, in charge of them nowadays, of course. So well done, Bristol Rovers. Michael Oliver, who I believe is referee in this game, has a lot of people say that he hasn't got eyes. He's saying people saying what does Fabinho need to do to earlier the card. He wants City to win the league. Even after so it depends which side of the coin you're on. We're back on the way here at Anfield.
Yeah.
Real Madrid have won the last 7 European finals they've been in. Yes, they have, but they've never faced this Liverpool team. As Trent Alexander-Arnold puts out a Salah, and Trent plays it calmly back to Fabinho, who knocks it back to Alisson Becker. I'm smoking over on who Smokey is easier over on Twitch. Says I heard rumors that Man are going to change their sport from football to cricket.
Yeah.
With Scunthorpe getting relegated, the only team with no words in their names are Arsenal and fucking Leeds. With naughty words. Right. Oh, I see, Graham. Oh, I see. Right. Okay. I see. Right. Okay. Vinicius would rip Trent. Not gonna lie, and he already did. Yeah, but will he this time? Who knows?
Yeah. I don't know. I don't trust. I don't know. There's just something about this Real Madrid team. It's gonna be a very interesting game.
But over 2 legs that are like that. But over 1 leg, who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows?
Yeah.
A wonderful ball out to Salah. Nice little block there.
He was expecting somebody next to him.
You didn't because I said Scunthorpe. Trent still shit defensively. Actually, the first half.
I don't know if you watched the first half. He was actually amazing.
Mane. Oh,
Yeah,
Henderson almost walked onto that. Yeah. To be fair, Trent does need to improve his game in that area for sure. He's not the best at defensive work. We admit that, but he's in this game. He's certainly for a bit he's had to do. He's done quite well. And we come back to Salah now. Leo's Henderson. Fabinho gives the ball away though.
Liverpool playing towards the cop on this the second half, of course.
Real Madrid is black magic. Tadic. Yeah, absolutely. I get that. I get that.
Mm-hmm.
Henderson. No changes at half time for either side. It's still Liverpool 0, Tottenham Hotspur 0. I'll still be happy with this result because it keeps Tottenham behind them, of course, still.
Mm-hmm.
And that ball was a bit too much power on it for Robertson to get to. It goes out of play for a throw to Spurs on the far side. Will Alisson be a victim of Benzema? It's hard to say about people taking this thing at this moment because you don't know who's going to be playing that game. Benzema might be injured by then. You never know.
Yeah, I'll change the question just a little bit for you here. As Salah just intercepted the ball, Liverpool about to recover.
Trent with some great holding play work as Henderson and Konate now joins in. Thiago on the ball.
I'll shift the question a little bit here for smoking. Could Benzema instead perhaps be the victim of Virgil van Dijk? That's
Virgil van Dijk, of course. Well, he is quite the player, isn't he? We know. Robertson, Thiago, dinks the ball to Henderson, who puts back across, and that's 1-0. Trent Arnold is put behind for a corner.
Yeah.
Ben Davies is screaming. Henderson with a beautiful ball back across.
Mm-hmm. If I know anything about smoking, I think perhaps.
Henderson's off there, but
is he though?
Yes,
but
but the corner been given Liverpool's way in front of a cop end.
Smoking may have gone by a different name in the previous.
He's had a couple of doing anything. Yes,
he does have a very familiar looking. Familiar looking symbol avatar there.
Mane,
but yeah,
cross the ball. Thiago. It'll come to Trent.
If I'm familiar with Schär, as I know that, I think I am. I think Schär is very much a La Liga aficionado.
It is Schär, yes. He's confirming it's Schär.
Schär probably knows a little bit more about La Liga than
I like the way he said, man, Disney is still vulnerable?
Yeah.
Why Disney, sir? I'm a big Disney fan.
I don't know if you've watched this season. I don't know if you've
It's a bit of a fairy tale at times. Again, Spurs playing out from the back and playing back and forth along their own 6-yard box. This is dangerous play from Spurs again. As Liverpool slow it down again and then rebuild. And now the press comes forward. Looking for Diaz straight down the left. Closed out this time by Romero. Spurs try to play keep ball on the edge of their own box. That's a foul by Fabinho, surely.
He brought it back. That's a foul.
Harry Kane screaming at the referee.
Yeah, I think he wants attention
Henderson
on
does
the
win the
earlier
ball.
tackle. Yeah, I think he's wanting attention on the earlier tackle on Kulishevsky.
I mean, it was aggressive, but he did win the ball.
Mm-hmm. Spurs coming out a little bit more.
Puts it out, let the defense come back. Konate had a solid game.
Yeah, Spurs opening up the game a little bit more here.
But that's also goes against them if there was a break from Liverpool, of course.
Mm-hmm.
The chat, the Tekkers community has all their own leagues they follow and call themselves an expert. This is very true. This is absolutely true. And the deflection behind here from Spurs, from Bob Robertson, it's a corner to Spurs.
What would you consider yourself an expert on, Matt?
F1.
F1. Okay. No other football leagues that you wanna.
I don't watch enough other leagues. I dip in and out sort of thing, but I don't come up with an expert on other leagues like that, no, because I can't claim to be.
Oh.
I can claim to be an expert on F1. Or wrestling.
There you go.
And Liverpool since 1999.
Got a Spurs corner here.
Put back in, but the players who are in are all offside. They couldn't go for it, so Sesson ruined that one. Shah has said, and I'm not going to lie, Real Madrid is not a tough team for Liverpool. Madrid has always struggled against weaker teams throughout 90 minutes, but suddenly scored better than one in the 90th minute. They are shit. Seriously. Quote. There's a foul here, and this is Ben Davies getting the first yellow card of the game.
Yeah.
He has got a full bear. He has got a full mask look on him, to fair though.
I don't think that Real Madrid's a bad team. They obviously won.
They're in the Champions League final. They're not a bad team.
Yeah, they're in the Champions League final. They won La Liga. They're not a bad team, but I think that they are a deeply flawed team.
From Trent.
And I think that they are.
And now the break from Spurs. It's 2-on-2. Son is bursting forward here. Well blocked off there. Fabinho went with him the whole way back from the other box. Might be exhausted. I don't know if a bench is to hand, Tanner. Who is available on the bench for Liverpool today? And Spurs doesn't matter.
Let's take a look here. So on the bench for Liverpool is James Milner, Naby Keita, Joe Gomez, Curtis Jones, Diogo Jota, Tsimikas, Origi, Matip, and Kelleher. For Spurs.
Origi. There you
go. For Spurs, they have Sanchez, Winks, Rodon, Golini, Bergwijn, Moura, Lucas Moura, that is. Harvey White, Dane Scarlett, and Matthew George Craig. So someone.
Well, great name, right? That's Matthew George Craig. He's someone who was named. They didn't have a clue what to call him, so they're named after all his brothers.
That is the most English that you could possibly be.
To be fair, my fiance has got 4 first names. He's got 2 middle names, and his last name took the first name as well. So 4 first names.
Spurs corner.
Shah's got another, and the ball is all the way back with Lloris already. Shah is saying they've got bigger flaws. Remember Barca 2018 season? It's a similar kind of season. For Real Madrid, they play for 89 minutes and suddenly score last minute every time. Difference is that Van Dijk, he's had some occasions when they've had some bad games. Obviously, everyone knows perfect, but he's usually pretty reliable. And be it Matip or Konate alongside him, he will do you a job for sure.
Liverpool will
need
1-0
Spurs.
Oh, and it's Son with the goal.
Whew, no one saw that one coming.
That is a big moment in this match. Liverpool will need to do some adjusting here. It's a very well-worked goal.
Liverpool 0, Tottenham Hotspur 1. And take a
Graham in the
curse strikes
chat.
again, Graham. What curse?
We have not seen the curse rear its ugly head in quite some time, but obviously Liverpool have been scored on in Tekkers streams before. We will have to see what the rest of this result looks like and determine if that is a thing. But Spurs
Indeed,
obviously
Shah
with
said in the chat, Spurs scored to beat Liverpool. Thing is that Liverpool do score more goals in the second half than they do in the first. So who knows what's going to happen here?
That has been a trend recently, is that Liverpool play as a second half team. Mane goes down. Free kick.
That's a big
I'm
foul.
just very surprised still that nobody's been booked yet.
Davis has.
Oh, besides Davis.
If we try to let a lot of things go, to be fair, which I appreciate, but you have Trent and Robertson's adding over the ball. Liverpool taking the cop head in the second half. Trying to suck the ball into the net. Robertson puts it in deep. Kanate is up and puts it straight with the bar.
Liverpool need to do better than that here in the second half, especially being down by 1.
They've shown the replay again. It's really well done, and Liverpool completely out of position for it, and Van Dijk is not a happy man. As Liverpool put the pressure on again at the sharp end, as it stands, Tottenham go above Arsenal into the Champions League places as well, though. Oh, it's I shot the double lead then. It doesn't take it.
Oh, very close.
That's twice. This is on coming in from left back, and no one's with him at all. All of a sudden, Spurs have got a foothold in midfield and a first to every second ball. And then they come again, Spurs. Kane straight to Ellison, and Ellison throws the underarm out.
That might have been Kulishevsky with the shot there.
I apologise if that was the case. This season, it had been a crazy. Liverpool seemed to find a way to win. But as the sun starts to set at Anfield, it's the sun setting on Liverpool's title challenge.
Matt, if you're a Jurgen Klopp, are you considering making some changes at the moment, or do you want to see? Are you wanting to see this group of players here try and play?
You give him 5-10 minutes. You give him at least 10 minutes, I think, and then consider maybe putting on a Jota. Because I mean, Diaz have been lively. Salah's been kept quiet though. So
yeah,
you think it'd be Salah or Mane? He'd be asking to make way.
That's what I worry about. Is
Trent, Fabinho, Van Dijk, Thiago. Spurs got everyone back now. You see, because they've got what they need. This is how constantly plays. It gets lead and then just shuts up shop. Trent lives it deep and it's put behind unnecessarily by Emerson Royale.
He looks confused himself.
He is confused. I'm confused. As Royson's across on the far side to take the corner. It's going to be an out-sticking corner. Corner taken deep. Henderson volleys it. Thiago. Henderson again. Try to put Royston in, and it goes out for a Spurs throw on the far side. Half hour play at Anfield is Tottenham Hotspur 1, Liverpool 0.
It looks like Tsimikas and Jota are getting ready and primed up to come on here shortly.
Well, Jota's not even Jota, and Tsimikas are fully stripped and ready to go. Yes. Are you ahead of me? Is that because that came up on my screen after you told me about it?
No, I'm just aware.
Was it? Oh, okay. What's on your clock, sir?
61, 30, 40. All I see is the Mercedes-Benz logo here.
Fair enough. Simicast going to come on. That means is he going to take off Robertson?
I think he might take off Robertson. Perhaps a minor injury issue. I'm just about to cross the 62nd minute mark.
Yeah, just done it himself. So they're trying to keep Scott Son on the ball, as Fabinho has been put on Son. It looks like all of a sudden, Jota and Simicast set to join proceedings here.
Mm-hmm.
To an instant response from Jurgen Klopp, it would seem. So you think Jota will be coming on? You'd think it'd be Mane probably. There's not whether you'd like to agree with that one or not. That's what I think will happen. As Van Dijk puts it out to Thiago.
I feel like Mane's been more dangerous.
Thiago looking for Henderson, finds him. Henderson across, and Romero puts it behind for another corner. Henderson, the great deep ball in, and Henderson put it across. It's a dangerous one to deal with. Again, it's not what he needed to deal with, though, like that.
Mm-hmm.
Robertson puts it in. Van Dijk. Diaz is blocked.
Mm-hmm.
Robertson wins it again.
Race for the ball.
Fins it in
Robertson.
deep, and he goes out for a Liverpool throw.
Mm-hmm. I think that
the referee is now blowing things up because it's time for the referee, and it is Robertson for Simicast.
Mm-hmm.
Robertson goes up to the far side, Simicast straight on.
We're going to find out who Jota comes on for here shortly. Looks like Simicast got some new highlights recently.
Henderson. Henderson's coming off. Van Dijk takes the armband with pride. Henderson sprints off the pitch so Jota can get on. The Anfield rises to applaud its captain. So now Liverpool have 4 attackers on.
Liverpool with a little bit of a change of shape.
25 minutes. Playing effectively a 4-2-4 now.
Mm-hmm.
Salah. Jota already on the ball. Jota. Trent Alexander-Arnold. Simicast is in around the back. Simicast is like a little pit bull. He doesn't give up.
Yeah, he's very good. Simicast. He would be starting, I would imagine, for a lot of Premier League teams, but he's really enjoyed his time at Liverpool.
He has. He really is enjoying his time at Anfield, which is great. I know Graham in the chat is a big fan of Kostas Simicast. Trent Alexander-Arnold is playing in centre mid, looks like at the moment. Look off the line was Lloris, and it was delivered deep, but he does get to it quite nicely. Jurgen Klopp paces like a puma.
Had Karius, not Karius.
We saw Kelleher on the bench there, yes.
Yeah, Kelleher. Had Hugo Lloris been a few seconds late there, it could have been caught by Mane. Liverpool, of course, trying to build that momentum back up.
So here comes Trent. Jinx inside, left on his left foot. Disney back to Southampton level, I think. I don't get why you're calling him Van Disney, sir. I mean, you're entitled to your opinion about how he's playing, but I'm not entirely sure. He's explain why you're calling him Disney. Kostas Simicast puts the ball in deep. Fabinho back in. Is there 2 men players in the box perhaps now? Salah. Back heel to Trent. Left footed in. Great diving header out. Van Dijk is in the centre circle. He's the last man back at the moment. Simicast in for Diaz.
Diaz looked
Yeah,
like
the goal
he was about
kicked
to keep it
Tottenham.
alive. Mm-hmm.
Simicast is fizzing the ball in quite quickly, and Diaz has been put in the middle now, hasn't he?
Hmm. Spurs, to their credit, doing a decent enough job of trying to crowd out Liverpool and shut up shop down at the other end of the pitch.
Spurs are time wasting already.
Mm-hmm.
We've seen teams do that before at Anfield and come at the bottom. Jota, Diaz,
Diaz puts
Simicast,
Tsimikas inside.
yeah.
Fabinho fighting and scrapping here in the midfield.
Canate putting the ball forward. It's not the best. The Spurs try and break. And foul given to and Simicast has been booked.
Not quite sure where that comes from here. It looks here we get
He does clear his ankles.
Comes from behind on Kulishevsky and
He does clear his ankles, to be fair.
Some shirt grabbing, it seems, as well.
For the second time in a week, Liverpool have to dig deep and need to score twice.
The good news is that they do have 20 minutes. They do have
This is true. It's very true.
They do have time, but they need to use it wisely here. Simicast with a bit of a clearance there, only to find Emerson Royale. Spurs.
More Spurs players in the box than there was Liverpool players there, but Canate still dealt with it very, very well.
Mm-hmm.
And now Liverpool, the Anfield crowd tried to roar forward as Mane tried to release Salah. And he does.
Yeah,
He beat his man. And he's being booked here for holding Salah back.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he just held on to him for
poor
way
defending
too
in the
long.
first place, and then commit the foul because he has to.
Mm-hmm. Very much a Conte instilled tactic there.
Trent Alexander on this free kick. Every Spurs man is back. Putting deep, too deep is out of play for a goal kick, Spurs.
You would have thought that Trent may have gone a little bit more direct there, maybe with a shot in on goal.
He possibly could have done, but at the same time, I just know what he's like, kind of thing. As they're taking their time over this goal kick already.
Spurs,
and they're still playing to the fullbacks as well. And Liverpool win it back in the second third straight away. Here's Jota. Trent chipping it forward. Simicast. Back to Trent. Who goes for goal, but the foul was really given against Trent for a foul on Son Heung-min. Trent asking him to get up and get on with it, and Son's taking his time getting to his feet. We're seeing pictures of the Liverpool fans right now who are not looking particularly pleased. But they got much like I dare say myself and yourself, Tanner. And I have faith in my team.
Yeah, absolutely. Trent
put it forward, and deflected off, and hooked in the air to try and keep it in play, and somehow Harry Kane does so. Canate in that out of position. Canate is massively out of position. Firmino's covering for his man and now handed the man over.
Mm-hmm.
And Spurs are playing for free kicks here.
Yep. They're trying to burn as much time as they possibly can.
This is very much a Conte tactic, of course. But you got to applaud. To be honest, you got to applaud it. And Emerson Royale's ball was so early that you got to be early in that to catch Alisson Becker. We're ball in though.
Mm-hmm.
Thiago now. Find Salah.
We need a Salah.
Great tackle at the last moment. Ben Davies with a perfect tackle, and needed to be.
Ball still in play here. Fabinho now.
Fabinho, Trent, deflected, and it's going to go out for a Liverpool throw on the near side. They're throwing every single body in front of themselves now Spurs. It's a great tackle by Ben Davies in the replay now. You think the last sub would be Origi, as things stand?
Origi is a man for this moment.
And Højbjerg's gone down, complaining about something.
A very coincidental quad in issue. It seems.
Here's Diaz.
Diaz
for goal!
Trickery.
And finds it! What a strike by Luis Diaz!
There is only one man for these moments here, and it's Luis Diaz.
Hannah, talk us through the replay when it comes up. That was an amazing strike. He whirled his fist in the air and Anfield rocks.
Oh man. Well, I mean, yeah. Let's get the replay of it here. Klopp firing up the Anfield faithful here. Here's the replay. Basically, pass goes to Thiago Alcantara, who finds Luis Diaz. Diaz does just some magnificent dancing here. The issue here is that when he goes in for the shot, you've got Bentancur, who runs in to try and intercept it, which is a wise move, but it just deflects right off his foot.
But Mane's already got the pressure and keep the ball in play at the far end.
That's a corner right there for Liverpool, but it looks like it's been kept in, or the referee has not called for the
Mane in possession still.
Yeah, Liverpool now piling on the pressure here.
Tsimikas.
That Liverpool found what they needed.
All of a sudden, Spurs can't be wasting time.
No. This is not the position that Spurs wanted. Sweeper.
They know what's coming now. That Spurs defence, they've got to keep on that now. Arsenal fans will be cheering on them. My brother James will be at home watching this, absolutely delighted with the fact that Liverpool are back level. And Liverpool are back to the Champions Premier League again as things stand. But, of course, Man City, of course, do play tomorrow against Newcastle, which will be no walk in the park, as Salah tries to dummy it past Sessegnon, but on that occasion it's not successful. And Son tries to win the throw and wins the throw. And Spurs take as long as they can still. They'll be happy with a point from the looks of it. I wouldn't be, if I was them. Or he's driving the ball, so at least there's a reason for this time.
Yeah, Spurs really wanted to shut up shop here. But obviously, you can't just shut up shop 57 minutes into the game.
No, because 20 minutes later, it was back level again.
Now
Sanchez is not happy for some reason. And
it's possible that maybe they were going to send on Sanchez from the bench, but
he walked to the top and then walked back again. Yeah, so it looked like they were putting another defender on to shore things up. It was too late at that point. So they've got to maybe rethink things a little bit. As we said, it's now Liverpool 1, Tottenham Hotspur 1, with 15 minutes to play. Liverpool have scored more goals than anyone else after 35 minutes. As here comes Salah.
Fabinho now.
Back to Van Dijk. Tsimikas.
Oh!
Liverpool player has gone down, but he's been way back up to his feet again.
It was Sadio Mane.
Kanate, Salah.
Mane was
And it's
careful to get back on side.
Spurs anyway will do for right now. Liverpool have a throw with 15 to play. But the Liverpool board are working quickly as the Spurs substitution is coming. It is Sanchez, and he's coming on for number 19, Ryan Sessegnon.
That's an
odd
interesting
change.
move. It's an interesting move. Sessegnon was playing very positively, if I'm not mistaken. I think
he was also
the
on a
assist.
booking though.
He was there with the assist for Heung-min Son. Davison does come on and appears to throw someone's car keys onto the field. I'm not quite sure what that was.
That'll be the note he was given as Diaz put the ball across and find Trent on a sixpence.
He threw the match note.
Fabinho deep ball in, and it's put behind by Emerson Royale again.
Emerson Royale just
Liverpool boys are in full effect. They're rolling the ball straight to the far side. There's no way that is Tsimikas taking this? I think he is.
Tsimikas does appear to be taking it. Now, he's also a very good dead ball specialist here. Floated
we don't
in
see as often. It's sort of fired into the ground, back into the box, drops to Mane, and referee given a foul to the Spurs player.
It seems though the referee did not take kindly to
You're going to see
Konate's
the replay
contact.
again of a Diaz goal. Out, and it is a deflected strike. The Liverpool fans don't care. Conte looks dejected, puts his hand in the pocket and turns away, shaking his head as Klopp fist pumps the crowd as he does. And yes, with 12 to play, draw better than a loss, of course, but it's not what Liverpool need. Liverpool need the victory. Jota under trouble. And Spurs are winning free kicks, but fair that was a foul. Yellow card has been given to Fabinho.
Book Fabinho for that. That was a tough tackle. It was a tackle.
The forearm smash. You'd be lucky to get red for that.
He just rocked.
I've seen red given for less, Tanner.
He rocked Heung-min Son. That was that's hard.
JD Eldon proud of that.
Heung-min Son down on the ground, rightfully so.
A little bit harsh.
Well, not rightfully so, as in like I'm happy he's down on the ground. Rightfully so. If you got rocked like that in the jaw with somebody else's elbow, somebody the size of Fabinho, it's gonna take a minute for you to get back up. Son looks like he's going to continue.
But you got the offside still because he had the video on.
Yeah, but he got his head rocked. So we'll see. He's holding his shoulder, which
that's where he got hit. To be fair,
I mean, I was more concerned about his face.
Oh, he didn't get hit in the face.
Oh, he got an elbow right to the jaw.
Well, one could say otherwise.
I mean, maybe he landed on his shoulder.
Konate conceded the corner, but he had to.
Yeah, tactical. Liverpool going to try and crowd out the box here. As things stand, Liverpool have regained top of the table, but
on goal difference.
Only goal difference with one goal.
Indeed, it's so tight, but Liverpool would definitely like a second to put themselves 2 points clear at top and put all the pressure on Man City.
Mm-hmm. There's still
the
magic
chance
to
of
be
both
had in this
teams dropping
game.
points is absolutely 10 minutes to play. Anything can happen here. Liverpool, Spurs are still dangerous here. And you see Dyer is blocking fit players off and doesn't be the first man. It's put behind again by this one's done by Thiago. Even little magicians at the back there doing their defensive work, which is great to see. Alisson, you can hear over the entire crowd on the UK stream.
Mm-hmm.
As Son prepares to take this corner. 9 to play. Liverpool defend it quite well. And now Son tries to play the ball back into the box again, confronted with 2 Liverpool defenders. Simicast on the far side. He's being... Referee letting the game go on. Simicast still got the ball out to Salah. Referee's letting a lot of things go in this game. I'm not entirely sure all of them he should have done, to be fair, for both sides.
Yeah.
Michael Oliver's had a poor game, if you want my honest opinion, in general for both sides, as Liverpool come forward again, trying to unlock that Spurs defence. Salah's far on the right. You've got Diaz out on the left now. Simicast now joining him.
Interestingly enough, Trent is now very much deep in the midfield.
Diaz to Jota. Romero's having a great game at right centre back.
Yeah.
Van Dijk receives the ball.
He's had to call upon the dark arts a few times, Romero.
He has, but to be fair, he's still had a good game, and I think he's been Spurs' best player overall. Yes, Son got the goal, but Romero has been he's been a tough customer for Diaz. As Konate steps in, Mane, Thiago, out to Simicast. Deep ball in, looking for Jota. He'll be a target now. Trent Alexander-Arnold. Salah. Thiago. 7 minutes to play at Anfield. This is the referee blows for a foul on I think it's Kulusevski. And on will be coming Harry Winks right now. Interesting substitution. I wonder who's coming off.
It appears to be Kulusevski who will be coming off here shortly. He's making his way right over to the touchline. He's taking his time, bro, because every second wasted is a second in favour of Spurs, because they'll take a draw. They'll take a point today. Oh,
I'm sure they would.
Absolutely.
But would they feel like it's 2 points lost?
Spurs? Probably. I really don't feel like either side is fully satisfied with the result as it stands right now. So that's what makes the Harry Winks substitution very interesting. He's definitely a lot more defensive. He's certainly not Kulusevski. No. In terms of ability. I think as Liverpool and Spurs getting the nitty-gritty midfield now, to be fair. Yeah, you wouldn't expect... But the ball was not good there from Harry Winks. So his first pass was straight into open space. You typically expect to see Harry Winks being a lot deeper into the midfield as opposed to Salah and Aguilar's first-time cross. Diaz receives it. Thiago, Simicast. It's put behind for a corner. Hoiberg took it to the face. That's gonna sting. He seemingly took it to the face. You know. Again, conveniently. Well, to be fair, no matter where it hits you, if Simicast hits you with that, it's gonna hurt. Well, yeah, you know, that was the face. To be fair. He is he's definitely one to want to he got up and he's back down again. The last thing Spurs needed right now was Hoiberg to have a little bit of a niggle there because they need to stay focused the whole time. As Alexander puts the corner in, it doesn't beat the first man, which is not good. The ball boys with a multi-ball system in effect are on the far side, whips the ball in right-footed. Mane's out there. The ball turning up pressure. 5 to play at Anfield.
Trent Alexander is still on the left wing. Haven't had a chance to switch back yet.
Mm-mm.
And now it's Son versus Konate. And Satler's one back to help defend. Konate forces Ben Davies to shoot early, and he puts it high and not at all handsomely wide.
Looks like we're about to get another substitution as well.
Indeed, in the chat, we have got Graham got to beat the first man. Absolutely. We've been saying this all game long. As on looks like Naby Keita is to be coming on, and for Fabinho, this is an attacking substitution here. Naby Keita is a man who he unlocked the defense against Newcastle. He scored the first goal against Man United over the season. He had his rich vein of form destroyed by the tackle by Paul Pogba in that game as well. Naby Keita is a man who had a lot to prove in a lot of people's eyes, and this year he's been doing it.
Mm-hmm.
What a time to be to get him to get a goal. As just a Bergwijn is set to come on here for Spurs. Graham saying exactly what we're thinking. Come on, Naby lad. Absolutely. Yes, the nickname is Naby lad. I love it so much. As you've got Diaz and Tsimikas exchanging passes on the left side.
Yeah.
Diaz looking to jink through. Plays it back to Tsimikas. Plays it back to Thiago. And now Kate's on the ball. Mane's and Van Dijk combining with strange combination. Thiago. Oof!
Just a little bit too much, and Thiago knows it.
But massive round of applause from Jurgen Klopp for the idea he had in mind there.
Mm-hmm. Thiago knows how close he was. He had the right pass and everything.
Jurgen's like that's. But all around for the applaud because it was a brilliant piece of magic he was trying to carve there.
Yeah.
And Spurs now going long. The question is, Martin Atkinson is going to be putting up that board in a minute, and what's it going to say?
Just a note about Bergwijn's body language there when we first saw him flashed on the screen.
Yes.
He didn't look particularly engaged.
Willing?
Yeah. A lot's been made about him in recent days. I think.
Naby Keita. Left it for Salah. Should have took it himself. Corner's been given.
Salah.
Sanchez this time blocking.
Yeah. Salah, he needed to be a lot more clinical there, and I think that's the story of his game.
And here comes Tsimikas again. Salah. And we've got in the last few seconds here as Lloris goes down and stays down. How many minutes are going to be added on here? Five minutes added on. Liverpool need a goal here. And Salah runs it down.
Goal kick given. Yeah.
And of course, Spurs take all the time they can over it. And Bergwijn still can't get on. Now he is, apparently. For Son. And Son's going to take the longest walk off he can. He could go via career if he had his way. And he took his goal really well, though, to be fair. Took it really, really well. But at the same time, Spurs did not capitalise on it. But they'll take the point here. You'd think... I mean, he looks dejected coming off. He looks exhausted as well, though.
Yeah. He had to do a lot of running today.
He did indeed. And Alexander... Oh! Bergwijn's in here! But he doesn't get past Alisson. Between Trent, Alexander and Van Dijk, it's muscle back to him. And now Liverpool looking to break. They've got 3.5 to play at Anfield in stoppage time.
It's all hands on
Diaz.
deck here for Liverpool here.
Salah. Darkling out to Keita. Alexander-Arnold. Fought across left-footed. It's out for a goal kick.
Definitely not what Liverpool needed there.
No. Frustration's on the creep in a little bit, perhaps. 3 minutes to play here at Anfield. Ben Davies has been given man of the match on the UK stream. Not entirely sure that's right. I mean, he had a couple of blocks he put in yet, but my personal vote would have gone to the man who got the equaling goal, Luis Diaz. Trickery all over the pitch, left, right, and centre, and got an important goal. Spurs are trying to run this clock down as quick as they can. I just feel so frustrated. Because you get that feeling that City aren't good dropping points. A yellow card being shown to Naby Keita here, I believe.
Yeah, the boot was definitely high. By
It was reckless.
Keita.
It was reckless for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And we go within the last 2 minutes of the game at Anfield. And Spurs got no one really forward here. They're going to put it in the corner. They'll be happy with that. That's frustrating. Diaz won back defending though. As Anfield roars, they try to break forward, but Spurs win it back. They put it in the box, trying to get a winner. Kane brought it down, didn't shoot.
He was crowded out very quickly.
You feel like he could look it first time. Højbjerg should have finished it.
Ooh.
Is that going to cost him as Salah comes forward?
Salah finds Thiago.
In the final minute here.
I mean, if there's any time for a last minute
Because crossing.
blast, this is it.
Keita. Mane crossing. And a goal kick is given. With 30 seconds to play, that's it.
Maybe.
That's frustrating.
Is it not a corner?
No goal kick was given, I believe. We're in added time. Put it in. Corner given.
Diaz.
Is Graham asking that one on Twitter? Yes, that is exactly what happened, Graham.
Maybe not directly there, but it was a high enough to be probably near the groin. Yes.
Corner in. Spurs wins it, and hooves it, and that's it.
Yeah. So yes, as Matt said, an incredibly frustrating night at Anfield here. There was a lot of high hopes for the Reds. Continuing a march towards the title, but that was not to be tonight. Liverpool were rescued by Luis Diaz, of course. Spurs played the way that we would have imagined Spurs playing. They were really tight, really compact, and definitely adhered to Antonio Conte's tactical preferences here. But again, a close match nonetheless. Liverpool will feel a little bit hard done But that is life.
This is
The
the case.
Reds,
I mean, Liverpool do go back to the top of the Premier League, at
Mm-hmm.
least for now.
Mhm. They,
Graham says the curse strikes again. Graham, there is no curse.
well,
You've made this one up.
the,
Go and have
the
fun at the prom, sir.
the curse would only exist had Liverpool actually lost, and that is not the case here. Liverpool did come away with
Indeed, and let's
some
not forget that
points
Man City
or
still
a
have to
point.
get a result against Newcastle tomorrow.
Yes.
Newcastle are not going to be easy to break down, are they?
Liverpool will need to rely on
Help
a little bit of luck from Newcastle and the faithful
and other
there,
teams as well.
yeah, and other teams, but Newcastle, they aren't really any pushovers anymore. I mean, they went from
We
being
find that one out.
in the relegation zone earlier this season to now
They were
being
bottom. They were bottom. Let's face it. They were bottom.
now they are in 13th.
No, they're not, sir. I'm relatively sure, but they're top half.
I mean, you can check.
Well, they were. They were ninth. They were ninth last weekend.
They were
what
ninth.
happened this week.
They are ninth. I think that they're in 13th now because they have not played.
Yes.
Right?
Yes, they were ninth last week. Like, I'm sure they are. So if they win tomorrow, then they will go back up to 10th. So
yes, they can go back with a win tomorrow. Yes, they would go into 10th. So Newcastle still have something to play for tomorrow. And
it's a tough ask going for them, isn't it? They've got to go to City. It's a tough ask for them.
So we shall see. Have Spurs decided the title this weekend? Only time will tell.
It's very possible that. So, to be fair, that's not where the title was decided. To be fair, the title decided with other results throughout the whole season. To be fair, it's possible that contributed to it, but it's not all in one game. Let's not forget, of course, that Leeds and Everton are both in action tomorrow, of course, as well. But there'll be Burnley supporters will be keeping a close eye on things there, of course. West Ham, of course, visit relegated Norwich in a hope to try and get back into the European spots themselves, ready for next season. And of course, let's not forget that there's some other big games coming up for the other teams as well. Of course, you've got Man City, you've got to go to Wolves on a Wednesday night. No one likes doing that. And of course, next Sunday, Man City have got to go to West Ham. So again, it's not really all on this weekend, but some tough games for sure. Who was your man of the match in your opinion? Mine was Luis Diaz for saving the game.
Yeah, I mean, you can't look past Luis Diaz. Him coming on seemed to have breathed life back in to Liverpool when they seemed to have their backs against the walls. So yeah, you have to back Luis Diaz for that one. I guess on the Spurs side of things, you could look into possibly somebody like Sessegnon for the assist, or Son with the goal. Possibly even Romero for being very staunch in defense. But yeah, there are plenty of mentions there for man of the match.
Absolutely. We're seeing the run in to go. Liverpool got to play Newcastle, Wolves. No, that can't be right. I'm looking at that. It didn't look right. They're showing on TV. It's the remaining fixtures. It said Newcastle, Wolves, West Ham, Villa, and the other side, Villa, Southampton, Wolves. It's not that way at all. We've got Wolves last game of the season. They've shown the wrong way round. That's actually quite embarrassing. I'm not quite sure how that's happened, that side of things. So yeah, we well, in any case, we will be. I say myself and Tanner. Thank you for watching along with us for the last 2 hours 15 minutes. It's been an absolute blast. Thank you again to everybody who joined us. Thank you to everybody who watched on demand. Look forward to that, and thank you again to everyone for putting us in the 100 Club.
Yes. Thank you all.
We should do our social quickly. Tanner, would you do your spiel, sir?
Yeah, you can find me on Twitter at TexasGentleman_, or of course you can simply just follow us on Twitter. I think it just flashed up there just a minute ago. Follow us on Twitter at Radio Tekkers. That's RADIOTEKKERS. Yeah, definitely give us a follow there. Yeah, if you haven't done so already, like, share, subscribe. Let us know what you think about the game. Leave us in the comments.
And ring the bell, of course.
Yeah, ring that bell for those extra notifications. And again, a big thank you to our partners over at Trip Surfer Vacations. Visit tripsurfervacations.com for your next resort vacation away. I know we're all getting tired of the pandemic era. So,
we are, yes, we are indeed.
Yeah,
and of course,
so we all deserve a vacation here in the near future.
Absolutely, we all do one. Terms of Tekkers sent you, and you may get some thank yous there as well. Don't forget, of course, to follow our compatriot Mags on Twitter at Potfire with Mags, and on TikTok at MagsAllPods. Don't forget to check out Chain Wrestling on Monday with Sai and a guest. Looking forward to that one, of course. Folly might be back on Monday, or depends on how things are, because my planned sidekick may not be around. We'll see how that happens. If it's not the case, then we'll be back the week after. Either way, find me at MadTech UK. Thank you again to everybody. We love you dearly. And I think it's time for us to hit the track and get out of here. Is the championship over? They think it's all over. It's not yet. We're out of here.